about 166 million years ago. Ancient flora from prehistoric England is primarily composed of ancient conifer species, along with a variety of other plants, suggesting it was once part of a seasonal coastal dry forest ecosystem. These forests are known for their distinct dry season that occurs at certain times of the year. Currently, during the wet season, these forests exhibit a more vibrant and lush appearance. Proceratosaurus, a carnivorous theropod. Proceratosaurus was a relatively small dinosaur. A 2010 study estimated its total length to be between 9.8 and 10.4 feet, with a body mass ranging from 62 to 79 pounds. However, other sources have suggested varying measurements, estimating its length to be anywhere from 9.8 to 13.1 feet and its weight between 110 and 220 pounds. Proceratosaurus featured a distinctive nasal crest, which could have functioned as a display feature while also potentially helping to alleviate bending stresses on its skull during feeding. This suggests that Proceratosaurus might have employed a puncture pull technique when pursuing its prey. However, it probably wasn't a major predator, as it didn't possess the bone-crushing teeth or the formidable bite strength characteristic of tyrannosaurids. Instead, it had an elongated skull, trait often seen in early coelurosaurs and basal tyrannosaurids. A fossil of Proceratosaurus was found in England, near Gloucestershire. In the 1920s, a German paleontologist proposed a new genus named Proceratosaurus, suggesting it was a precursor to the Jurassic genus Ceratosaurus. However, the initial introduction of this name was made in a schematic context, which rendered it invalid. It wasn't until 3 years later, in 1926, that the paleontologist reinforced the name through 2 published articles that provided a formal diagnosis of the genus. Despite being one of the most well-preserved theropod skulls in Europe and among the finest from the Middle Jurassic period worldwide, it has not garnered significant scientific attention, often appearing only in broader discussions regarding theropod anatomy and evolution. The holotype skull underwent advanced CT scanning at the University of Texas, followed by meticulous mechanical preparation to reveal more intricate details about its structure, jaw, and teeth. In 2010, the German paleontologist, along with his colleagues, revisited and redescribed the specimen, shedding new light on its significance. This renewed examination aimed to enhance understanding of its anatomical features and evolutionary implications, highlighting the importance of continued research in paleontology. Megalosaurus, a carnivorous theropod. Historically, most literature, based on Richard Owen's 1841 assessment, suggests that Megalosaurus reached a length of around 30 feet. However, the absence of a complete dorsal vertebral series complicates efforts to pinpoint its precise size. In 2010, one study proposed that Megalosaurus measured approximately 20 feet in length and weighed around 1,500 pounds. Yet, that same year, Benson argued that while Megalosaurus was considered medium-sized, it still ranked among the largest theropods of the Middle Jurassic period. Additionally, a thigh-bone specimen measuring 2.6 feet suggests a body weight of roughly 2,000 pounds, although the extrapolation methods used, which are typically tailored for mammals, may underestimate the mass of theropods by at least a third. Moreover, another thigh-bone specimen has been identified, measuring about 2.8 feet in length. The skull of Megalosaurus remains largely enigmatic, with only a few elements having been uncovered. These skull fragments appear to be relatively large compared to the other fossilized remains, which could either be a mere coincidence or suggest that Megalosaurus possessed an unusually large head. Unfortunately, the absence of the front jaw bones leaves us unable to ascertain whether its snout was curved or had a more rectangular shape. However, the short front branch of the maxilla hints at a somewhat stubby snout. Additionally, a smaller, non-piercing hollow can be observed in the area surrounding the antorbital fenestra, likely corresponding to the fenestra maxillaris. The maxilla itself is notable for containing 13 teeth, which are quite large, with crowns reaching lengths of up to 2.7 inches. These teeth are reinforced by tall, triangular, unfused interdental plates at the back, and their cutting edges feature 18 to 20 denticular per centimeter. The probable tooth formula is 4, 13 to 14, 13 to 14. Furthermore, the jugal bone exhibits pneumatization, characterized by a significant foramen that opens towards the antorbital fenestra, likely resulting from an air sacs expansion within the nasal bone. This degree of pneumatization in the jugal is not observed in other megalosaurids, suggesting it may represent a unique autapomorphy for this species. Fossils of Megalosaurus have been found all across Europe, but specifically southern Britain, northern France, and Portugal. The scapula, commonly known as the shoulder blade, is characterized by its short and broad structure, measuring approximately 6.8 times its minimum width. This unique feature is considered a primitive trait among theropods that share a closer evolutionary link to contemporary birds. When viewed from the side, the upper part of the scapula exhibits a gentle curve towards the rear. A prominent ridge can be found on the lower outer edge of the blade, extending from just beneath the shoulder joint to the midpoint, where it gradually blends into the surface of the blade. Additionally, the front edge of the scapula is thinned over roughly 30% of its length, creating a subtle crest that protrudes slightly. The scapula plays a crucial role in forming the shoulder joint, which is positioned at an angle that directs sideways and downward. In all examined specimens, the coracoid is fused with the scapula, resulting in a structure known as the scapulocoracoid. This composite unit of the pectoral girdle integrates both the coracoid and scapula without any visible suture separating them. The coracoid itself is shaped like an oval bone plate, with its longest edge firmly attached to the scapula. It features a large oval foramen, but notably, it lacks the typical boss that is usually present for the attachment of upper arm muscles. The Megalosaurus has encroached upon the territory of the Proceratosaurus, prompting the latter to exhibit swarming behaviors aimed at safeguarding their group from the threat posed by larger predators in various ways. However, they also see this encroachment as an opportunity to get a quick meal. A megalosaur dashes back to assist its companion, but it has succumbed to its wounds, leaving the well-intentioned megalosaur encircled by a ravenous group of Proceratosaurus. another megalosaur has succumbed to the overpowering might of the majority, proving power is in numbers.